Let's wait like 10 seconds. Come in, clink.
That's how you measure it. So it doesn't work out. It's going to watch it on this one. It's probably going to help anyone. I don't think Bill, all your charts boring to be frank. Caitlin was the star of the show. All the statistics. 20 points. Snack Sports Podcast.
What's going on, everybody out there? Welcome back to another episode of the Snick Snack Fantasy Football Podcast Season 3. How are we doing today, Nate?
This is the draft. We just drafted and my team is awesome.
This is the draft. This is the first podcast of the year. This is so incredible. I'm so happy that all of you guys get to come back and watch us again this year. Thank you so much for the support. This is so much fun, and I am so excited to dive into this draft today, Nate.
That's right. We got the awesome video, we got the awesome audio, and we just drafted, and all of our teams are the best they'll ever be. And this is season 3 of the podcast. And how is everyone doing? Nick, how is your team?
I like my team quite a lot, and I think everyone's going to say that tonight, but I think I have a good, balance of youth plus, age, and plus they're all very good.
I was mocked a little bit for my draft. I've been with some of our league members here, and guess what? I went 0 RB. Yes, my wide receivers are good.
Low T.
My running backs are risky. That's the whole strategy I have going on, and I'm going to dominate. I think that just 1 or 2 of these running backs hit, and I have it made. So everybody, I am winning this year. Tango with the Truck Father will be yes.
Here we go. Chris Carson for the win. So, Nate, who won last year? Let's go over a quick little recap of what happened last year.
Yeah, let's remind ourselves. Kyle won for the first time ever.
Second time playoff contender, first time winner. Kyle won last year. It was incredible. He beat Ducky rather handily, I believe.
Yes. And yeah, Ducky was second place. If everyone forgot the finals, it was me versus Nick Adams in the semifinal playoff. And Nick Adams did win. I was 4th place. Nick Adams, you are the bronze medal winner of last year, 2024.
Yeah.
And we go again.
Yeah, no, it was very exciting. Good job, Kyle. Obviously, Ducky's 0-2 in the finals. Just going to put that out there. I'm 2-0 in the finals. Nate's 1-1. But no, we have a very exciting show for you guys tonight. We're going to dive right into the draft recap here and talk a little bit about each team real quick and what we think about them. Starting off, I'm facing off this week against Matt, one of our commissioners. We'll get to that in a second. That my team got obviously Christian McCaffrey. You got Dalton Kincaid, got Zay Flowers. I like Jaden Daniels. He was a sleeper pick. He's my only quarterback I drafted. It's going to be a lot of fun. Matt did end up here. It looks like a very good team as well. He's got, Lamar. He got stuck with Lamar. He got stuck with Pat Frymuth too, but we don't want to talk about that. He did get Stephon Diggs late, which I think is a sleeper pick. Stephon Diggs is obviously very good still. He might be wide receiver 3 in Houston, though. We'll see. We got Kyle, last year's winner. Got Kyler Murray. Got Justin Jefferson at 109. Very good for him. You got T. McBee, one of Nate's favorite players, and Malik Neighbors, someone I think it's actually going to be really good, even though he's on a really bad team.
Yeah, well, Justin Jefferson actually be good. I mean, he has a second-string quarterback in Darnold leading the way. I don't believe in him, which is why I didn't draft him at the 106.
Yeah. What do you think about Nick Adams, quarterback, though?
Quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, a very risky pick. We know 3rd play of the whole season, and Aaron Rodgers was gone. I don't think it's happened this year, but is Aaron Rodgers back? I don't know.
He is turning 40 in December, but he does have Marvin Harrison Jr. He did get him, and he got my kicker, Brandon Aubrey, that I really wanted. That's fine. And on the Johnson Jocks, which is Shane's team, he got Devon Achane. Remember the name? He's got Breece Hall. Honestly, 2 RB1s basically. which are pretty good. And then he has Cooper Cup. He actually reached for him. He got the second round pick, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was really good. He got AR-15, who wears number 5 now for the Colts, but that's fine. And then we got Katie, who I really like Katie's team, honestly. You got Josh Allen, you got Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I mean Devonta Adams, Tyreek Hill as your 2 wide receivers, that has been a knockout duo in the past years. I mean, the question is Devonta Adams still a wide receiver 1? We don't know. He's super old. I think he's 32 now, maybe 31.
That sounds about right. Her running backs, James Conner, DeAndre Swift's a little shaky, but neither of us can really talk about that. So we also have Nate's team here. Got Kenneth Walker, running back 1 in the 5th round or something like that. I don't know when you picked him, but that was a lot of fun. You obviously got AJ Brown, Nico Collins. You got a lot of wide receivers.
Wide receiver, I'm going the 0 RB strategy this year. So I'm hoping one of these wide receivers hits. Drake London is my flex. Very pleased about that. I think he could be a wide receiver 1 on some teams. And
he's wide receiver 1 on the Atlanta Falcons.
That's right, which is one of the best teams in the league, I suspect.
One of the best teams in the NFC South, calling it right now. And you got blonde hair Joe Burrow.
Joe Cool, and he is leading my team again. I had him on my team many years in the past, and I think that this year his cap is in shape. The other cap is in shape. Joe Burrow will be my leader.
And Ducky, 2nd place last year. Got CJ Stroud, Derrick Henry, Garrett Wilson, Tank Dell, Sam Laporta. We're actually currently coming at you from LaPorte, Pennsylvania. Shout out.
That's right. Now, Ducky has been the team to talk about because he has 6 picks in the first 4 rounds. Everyone thinks, will he run away with this? Looking at his roster, I don't think so.
His roster looks good, but not great. And we'll talk about this is our first year trading draft picks, and we're going to talk to some of the commissioners here about how they feel that went and how it's going to affect us moving forward here. But
is this format broken? We don't know. Ducky will be the case example.
Exactly. And I liked my 2nd, 3rd round pick as well. But let's finish up with the draft here. We got Carson, got Kyler Williams, got Dak Prescott, got George Kittle, got Deebo Samuel. It's looking like a pretty good draft. He did wake up for this, so we appreciate you. Shout out Carson. We got Alcoholics Anonymous, which is Kenny. We love Kenny's team here. He has Jahmyr Gibbs, got Jalen Hurts, got the Joker, David Njoku, got Puka Nacua as a keeper. He has a decent team.
I think he does.
I mean, he obviously will end up being the 8th best team in the league again this year, like he has out every time. But I'm rooting for you, Kenny. We got the onside kick team, which is Kyler. Kyler is a 2-time champ. He has Pat Mahomes. He got Bijan Robinson 1st round. He's got Chris Olave. He's got the mini giraffe, Christian Watson, one of my favorite players, and he did take Trav Kelsey in the 1st round. Shout out Taylor. And then John's team here. How do you like John's team with Jonathan Taylor? And
I always hate John's team. I mean, with Jordan Love, Jonathan Taylor, I think it's one of his best teams yet. I think that John phoned it in this year, but looking at his team, I hate to say it, I like it. The Brendan Ayuk, St. Brown mix. I mean, Brandon Ayuk, will he be in San Francisco? We think so, but we don't know for sure.
He might end up on the Steelers and suck, just like his tight end Kyle Pitts, but we'll see how it goes. And then we have Matt, one of our commissioners. We just talked about him. He has a couple really good wide receivers. He got the truck driver, CeeDee Lamb. He's got Jamar Chase. And he's got Stephon Diggs. And then Kyle has James Cook, Kyler Murray, league neighbors, Trey McBride. We have a very exciting draft this year. Everyone's team's looking good right now. We're going to see how it looks in December.
Now, what we have to come with next is what are the rule changes this year? There's been a lot of rule changes. We tried some things last year. Some of them worked. Some of them didn't work. And we will have our commissioners, because there's 2 now, and they will tell you all about what is the changes coming up. So just wait a second.
Fantastic.
All right, commish. We got Matt. We got Nick. What are the rule changes this year, guys?
We undid everything we did last year.
We really did not like what we did last year, so we literally just said, screw that. That year didn't happen.
Classic oopsie.
Sorry, Kyle, your win does not count.
Doesn't count.
What positions were eliminated?
That was very aggressive.
Yeah, it was aggressive, but we nixed them. We nixed 2 positions.
We're coming at you with so much energy this year.
So what happened was we realized
Punters,
that we broke
bad
the
idea.
defense, so we
Yes.
got rid of the defensive player.
Yep.
And then the punters were like not balanced. at
No
all.
good.
So we got rid of that, and then we also got rid of the extra bench spot, I believe.
We did
Yeah.
because we added the bench spot because we were adding a defense.
But then I exploited the hell out of that
Yeah,
thing.
you did. And that's why we nixed it. And now we've eliminated the IDP because the defenses were broken and the punters were just unbalanced, and I didn't want to deal with it, so we nixed them.
Now, what do you think, Kamish? There's a huge rule change in the NFL about the kickoffs. How does that impact our play in the fantasy league?
Literally 0%.
No one's gonna run it back.
Not a single team
Not a
has
single
No,
team.
we're not running backs in the DST. The DST is not going to be
No.
first pick next year.
Nope.
You know what, Nate? I would love to see this increase into punt returns or kick returns.
Ducky's
You could
dropped
do
the
it
first
next
defense
year,
this
Nate.
year.
I did
It
draft
could
the
be-
first defense. That's the benefit of having like 20 picks in the first.
Yeah,
20
Nate,
rounds.
you could do it.
I
Next
drafted.
year, first round Patriots defense.
My DST was in the 15th round. Will that change next year?
Yes.
Nate, why did you wait that long for a defense?
Seriously.
Because I got Indianapolis. They are. Maybe I didn't
You
get them.
picked Indianapolis?
I have no idea who I picked. I have
did
no
not-
idea,
You
people.
did not draft Indianapolis. You know what? I hope you did. I'm going to take it back.
But that being said, guys, Ducky, you said you had a couple extra picks. This is our first year trading draft picks,
That's true.
and we're gonna see how it affects us moving forward. You had a couple extra picks in the first few rounds.
There is a very strong likelihood of tweaking the draft trades just due to the fact of there's something to be said about the fact that I drafted well to be able to trade away for draft picks. But we're big on competitiveness. And right now, Matt and I are far and beyond the best teams in the league.
That's interesting because looked at your team. I don't think so. You
Okay.
had 4.
You had an
All right.
8th round
All right.
pick
You had
as
an
your
8th round pick.
second fucking
All
running
right.
back.
and yet my
let's-
team's gonna beat your team, loser.
We
All
play
right.
week 1, Nate. I'm all in on that.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So to address the elephant in the room here, like my team was drafted very well. I'm very happy with my team. Nick's happy with his team. Nick did have a lot of first round picks and second round picks
And fourths.
and fourth round picks.
I had two
So
thirds.
And then it moved up in the third
and he
round.
moved up to the third round. So at the end of the day, like while we do want people to be competitive and be rewarded for late round picking, a lot of the league, i.e., me and Kyle, have thought that maybe that was too many trades pre-draft.
In my defense, I also was a little skeptical on the trading thing, but
That's
we
fair.
chatted it out, and we think we're gonna
Yeah.
see how this. We're gonna see how the first couple weeks go, and if it's very unfair, we're very much. We
Yeah,
already
no.
have some ideas on.
We are changing it. We're
Oh,
changing
okay,
it.
all right.
We're changing it.
Shout out!
So-
Breaking news.
Breaking news, changing it.
Adam Schefter, eat by
So-
sports.
So at the end of the day, like Nick did have a very good team and was rewarded for that picks. And at the end of the day, we have a lot of communication. It took far too much of my time over the past 2 weeks. Far too much, Kenny. I.e. Kenny. Just Kenny.
Shout out Kenny.
And at the end of the day, so what we're gonna do is you can still trade draft picks during the season. Second round picks are off the table, starting with third round up. And post round we all sorted this out. So if you're making an off-season trade, you can make one trade. If you're making two trades, the second trade is trading your keeper player.
Yep.
You get no keeper if you make two off-season trades.
So you can go all in if you want and trade all your keepers for third round picks, but
But you get no keeper.
you have no keeper as a result of it.
All draft picks prior to the draft must be traded by the beginning of training camp next year.
Now, is that optional training camp or mandatory training camp?
Mandatory training camp in
Okay.
July.
Okay.
Well, I wanted that clear.
That's fair.
July mandatory training camp.
Training camp where players are getting fined, that's where you have to trade draft picks.
That's right.
Okay.
Next up, Nate.
Thank you for
You're
that.
crushing it.
No exceptions.
That's right.
Yes, no exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
The other big rule change is that we've gone away from the league vote because I've heard multiple years that that 24-hour waiting period is too much. So it's to commissioner veto.
These commissioners are very observant of the trades, and they will make it happen, people.
No, we won't.
If you text us.
If you
Text
let us
them.
know.
Yes.
But if you text me at 2 a.m, it's getting denied.
If
What's
you
the
text
limit,
me,
Matt? 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
ET?
9 p.m. Eastern time, I go to bed.
we don't do mountain time anymore.
No more mountain time.
Mountain time's dead.
Shout
They
out
said
Tesla
to us.
Williams.
Sorry, Denver.
Shout out the Denver Lions.
So if you text me at 9 a.m, I'll approve your trade. Text me at 4 a.m, I'm denying your trade. Text me at 11 p.m, I'm denying your trade.
If you text me anytime between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m., I will 100% vandalize your team.
Yeah.
You will not get rejected. I will also destroy your team.
Yeah.
You've been warned, people.
I am corrupt. I have
Yes.
made it known from the get-go, and yet it still surprises people.
Yep. We are keeping with the free agency acquisition budget of $100.
Yeah.
So Nate is going to all in the first week.
Third year in a row. This
Listen,
is very
that was-
exciting. That
Second.
this is,
I wish I spent all that money on
this.
Puka. I ended up trading draft picks for him.
Yep. And the trade deadline is December 5th at 2 a.m. But
Wow.
don't text us after 9 p.m. on December 4th.
Do not text
It
them.
will get denied.
Mm-mm.
We are also in the discussion of whether or not top 4 picks can be traded for draft picks after a certain date. That's something we are considering, and we are just letting you know in the head.
We will see how the year plays out.
Exactly.
Put it in the Discord.
Yeah, like
No, you
oh,
don't have to. You don't
This
have
is
to
not
do that.
decided yet. We're discussing
We're-
this.
We're
Yes.
doing a discovery
Yeah,
mission.
Put your thoughts.
No, we don't want people's thoughts.
No thoughts. No thoughts.
okay.
We
Yeah.
want to see how the season plays out, Nate.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely. So
Some of us watch football, and some of us are just hammered.
Some of us don't.
Some
But-
of us ski, not mad
Yeah.
anymore.
No.
I ski and snowboard. Excuse you.
you know, ski the
You
East.
ski.
That's right. Nice ski bowls. Well,
You don't ski ball as well, Nate. You lost.
Hey, you
your
never
ski.
went down
Nate,
the bowl.
Nate,
I
no,
did.
he
When did
no,
you go? Wait, I
he
missed
did.
the bowl?
He did.
Oh.
No, he did.
and I
Nate.
skied it exquisitely.
He did not. No.
Yeah.
No, dude, what happened when Nate went into the bowl here is that he went
Sidebar.
and made a turn,
Quick little sidebar.
immediately lost his ski.
I lost
Immediately
my
his
ski.
Hey,
A generous behind skier did find my ski.
That was John.
I've been there
And
before.
snowboarder.
been there before.
And you know what happened is at the bottom of the bowl, I'm standing there and a ski showed up at the bottom of the bowl. I'm like, oh no, that's Nate's ski. It wasn't his ski, but
Was this like the
We
time?
did find my ski.
Was
we
this like
did.
the time you took a 1-inch jump and you lost both your skis?
yes.
It wasn't like that because I
No.
went exquisite. I was professional.
No.
But you
Everyone
lost
was
this.
odd.
And then Nate finally made it down after about 35 minutes. And then
Yeah.
Were you
he's
concussed?
coming towards me at the bottom of the bowl, immediately falls and loses both. his
Ate
feet
it.
again.
Yes, I did eat it. It was powder. It was
Eat
feast
it like Zeke.
of powder.
So snow.
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 There was snow there. I
There
was
was
prepared
snow.
for the snow,
You were not. Because you lost your ski.
and I lost both my skis.
You were not prepared for the snow.
Yeah.
And I skied down fine, and everyone else couldn't find me, and it was no big deal.
No, we all stood there laughing at you. And then you skied past the junction and caused John and I have to walk back up the trail to find you.
It was hours, people.
It was hours,
Yeah.
actually.
Wow.
It was horrible.
That's such a fun story, guys. I'm so glad we got into that. Do you guys have any? You guys both said you like our teams. Everyone likes their teams right now. Ducky, do you have anything to say about your team that you think why you think you're going to be able to go back to the finals this year?
Well, the additional second round pick definitely buffers my bolsters my team, and it made my room for error a little smaller because if one of my picks doesn't pan out, I have the addition of other picks to be able to fill that in. As anyone who was sitting in the room knows, I was very peeved at I think it was Carson who took Kyron Williams.
Yep.
I was
Yeah.
really hoping to take him in the second round, but I had to go with Derrick Henry instead, which maybe or maybe not. Well, they might be a negligible difference, but I just like the Kyron Williams pick better. But other than that, I think I have a pretty solid team.
Yeah.
I kind of realized, me and Matt were talking, that there was no, with the addition of my second and fourth round picks, there's no real reach for me. Taking CJ Stroud in the fourth round is really not that detrimental because I already filled up the rest of the picks.
Yeah. What about you, Matt? Do you have a?
If Nick doesn't destroy everybody, he fucked up.
That's
my stance.
No.
Kenny.
You have Jamar Chase.
I sold the farm
and
for Jamar.
CeeDee Lamb.
I sold the
And
farm.
An additional third-round pick, Rashad White, who I wanted.
No, I sold the farm for Jamar Chase 2 years ago. I gave Nick Adams a championship.
I traded Puka Nacua for my second round pick.
And you traded for a championship.
Hopefully. You didn't, but you traded. Oh, I see.
I traded out a championship.
You traded out
Puka.
Okay, all
now
right.
you get a championship.
Right,
You need a championship.
I do need it.
If you don't win by 30 in the championship, you lost.
I don't disagree with you. If I don't make it to the championship, it's a 100% loss. If I make it and lose, it will be dependent on how I lose, in my opinion. If it's someone else, if someone else goes
already
off
hedging
against
your
me,
bets.
listen,
You had 3 picks in the
dropped,
top
like,
15.
If someone Todd Gurley's you.
I dropped 120 last year in the finals, but Kyle had a very good team, and he dropped like 160 on me. If that's the situation, that I'm okay with that loss because someone popped off against me. But if I make it to the finals and drop like 80, that's not a good team.
Let's get the message here, people. These guys are corrupt.
Yeah, I
Pay
both
that
I
money.
understand why
To be
this
clear,
is confusing.
I'm saying you get 3 picks in the top 15. If he doesn't win, he fucked up.
That's right, people. Pay up and you'll win.
Right.
Yes.
Maybe not.
Give me money. I will make it so that you win.
Awesome. Well, definitely very much appreciate both of our new commissioners. Ducky's the new one, Matt's the old one, being here this time of year.
And they're Kokomish.
Kokamish, very happy you guys are here. Good luck on the season this year. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a great year.
It's going to be very competitive, I think. Everyone's team honestly looks not bad. There's no bad teams out of the draft right
No,
now.
they're bad teams.
According to
They're a bad team.
According to
Kenny.
ESPN, Shane is a bad team, which I
Shane
don't
is a
think
bad
is
team.
unusual.
Shane's always a bad team out of the draft.
My team's in 9th place, but it's excellent. Don't worry about that, people.
Don't text us after 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
The trade will get
Big.
denied.
Big.
Absolutely
I will
denied.
have a vendetta against you.
Yeah.
All right, people.
Awesome.
And we just have a couple more minutes left, and then we will let you all go. Thank you, commissioners, for joining us. It's a great season,
Appreciate the invite.
and we'll see you all soon. All right. And now, everybody, we've got Caitlin, my lovely wife, joining us. Caitlin, the season is beginning. How do you feel?
I'm displeased. It's only August, and we're already talking about this.
Yes, it's August. It's the end of August, and the season's about to begin. We're so excited.
2 weeks away, baby.
How do you feel? You ready?
It shouldn't start until fall, and fall is not till late September.
It's true. But so you think that the season should be pushed back closer to the NBA and NHL season?
Yeah, so we can watch those instead, preferably, and it's sooner, so we don't have to continue.
The
speaking
thing that
about
I feel is that we should watch sports with fewer concussions.
which ones?
The NFL.
Yeah, does that have fewer concussions than the other ones?
Yes.
Is that true?
Basketball is a brutal sport, and the ball is bigger.
Basketballs are bigger than footballs. Breaking news.
Wow. I just don't think we should be spending over 50% of the year on the NFL preseason season. It's too much.
Hot take from Caitlin. Now, here's my counter argument, Caitlin. Here's the thing. The football season is 6 months of the year. The NFL preseason is 1 month of the year. Why is the NBA 8 months of our lives every year?
Because it's a more fun sport to watch.
Why don't you watch it?
We watch TV together, Nate. I let you.
Shout out Brooklyn Nets. Shout out my Boston Celtics for winning the championship this year.
Did they win?
They did win the championship.
Wow, Boston.
But yeah, no, Caitlin, so if the season got pushed back a few weeks, you'd be much more involved, do you think? If it went until like late February was the Super Bowl?
Like, as long if it went from late September to early December, kind of the whole thing, I could get up.
You can get up with it. I appreciate that. Shout out Green Day. End of September coming up. But yeah.
Caitlin, we're so glad that you were able to join us. We hope that you will be able to join us throughout the season to share your hot takes. What do you think?
I mean, not past December, but that should be fine, Nate.
We'll join you at least October and November.
I could put up with that.
Wow.
Shout out commitment right now. Caitlin's gonna be on hot takes just about every week until December.
And me and her will be sitting there on the couch in our basement every week, watching the games, conjuring hot takes. We're so excited.
I'm excited too. Thank you both for having me on the show today.
Yeah, thank you, Caitlin, for jumping on here, and we'll see you next week in a couple weeks here for our quote unquote episode 1 of the season.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good evening.
All right, Caitlin, everybody, we will see you for this season of season 3 of Stick and Snack Sports Fantasy Football Podcast. Good night.
Shout out.